So you're staring at this spider, glowing like a disco ball in the dark, and you're like, wait, is this thing just drunk on bioluminescence? But here's the real question. How does it even know where to go when the lights are out? Like, is it just randomly walking around, or is it actually smart? Maybe it's like a glow stick, just reacting to light, but spiders aren't stupid. They have to find food and avoid predators. Or maybe it's using the glow to signal to other spiders, like a secret club for night owls who like to shine. But let's not pretend this is all about style. There's probably some serious science behind why these spiders glow in the first place. So to recap, glowing spiders are cool, but they're also really good at surviving in the dark, and we're about to find out how. So what exactly are we talking about? Well, imagine a spider that's like a glow stick in a spider form. It doesn't need a flashlight, it just glows in the dark like a tiny lantern. These spiders don't use moonlight or streetlights, they just glow. Like a glow stick but with 8 legs and a whole lot of creepy coolness. They're not just glowing for show, it's like they have a built-in flashlight. But instead of a button they just glow. You know, like a tiny light bulb in a spider body. So when we say glow-in-the-dark spiders, we're talking about creatures that literally light up in the dark. No batteries, no electricity, just some kind of glowy magic. But here's the catch, they don't use the glow to see. They use it to, well, maybe communicate, or scare off predators, or just look extra spooky. We're still figuring that out. So here's the thing, spiders are basically the internet. They're everywhere, they're weird, and they're kind of the reason we even have webs. If you've ever seen a spider in your kitchen, you're not just seeing a creepy crawly, you're witnessing a tiny ecosystem in action. And if they can glow in the dark, imagine what they could do with a little light. Maybe they're like the original bioluminescent hackers, using their glow to trick other spiders, or maybe even to communicate in a way we can't understand. But here's the real kicker. Glow-in-the-dark spiders are like the universe's way of saying, hey, I'm here, and I'm not afraid of the dark. They're basically the cool kids of the spider world, and we're just the ones who accidentally stepped in their glow. So yeah, you should secretly care about these spiders because they're basically tiny, glowing philosophers. They've got this whole thing about light, darkness, and maybe even the meaning of life, and they are doing it all without a care in the world. And if you're wondering why anyone would care about a spider in the dark, well, that's just the kind of mystery that makes life interesting. You never know what kind of secrets the dark might be hiding, and spiders are just the ones who have mastered it. Okay, so glow-in-the-dark spiders aren't a thing, but let's pretend they are. Imagine a spider with a glow stick built into its belly. It's like a spider with a light-up belly button, and it's trying to find the dark corners of the world. Back in the 1990s, scientists thought spiders used moonlight to find their way. They were like, oh, we're just little space rocks trying to navigate by the stars. But then they realized spiders don't have eyes that good. They're basically blind, except for some really cool ones that can see in the dark. So they're like, okay, we're not using the moon. We're using the dark. Some spiders use vibrations. They're like little string instruments, plucking the web to sense where things are. It's like a spider doing a spider sense, but with a web. And then there's the glow-in-the-dark idea. If they had glowing parts, they could see themselves in the dark, like a spider with a neon belly trying to find the way home. So imagine you're a spider and it's totally dark. You don't have a flashlight, but somehow you still know where to go. How? Well, maybe you're not actually seeing anything. Maybe you're just feeling your way through the web, like a spider version of a blindfolded raccoon trying to find a snack. But wait, some spiders do glow in the dark. Not because they are magical, but because they have special stuff in their bodies that glows when they're exposed to light. Think of it like a glow stick for spiders. Once it's dark, they start to shine like tiny disco balls. But here's the twist. Glowing doesn't mean they're super bright. It's more like a faint light, like a firefly on a dark night. So they're not like a lantern, they're more like a tiny campfire that only works at night. It's not flashy, it's just enough to help them find their way. So how do they use this glow? Well, maybe they use it to find their web or to spot other spiders, or maybe they use it as a way to warn off predators. Like a tiny glowing alarm light that says, don't mess with me, I'm glowy and I'm not easy. In the end, it's not about being super bright, it's about being visible enough to survive. Like a glow stick in a dark room, you don't need to shine like the sun, you just need to be seen. And that's how glow-in-the-dark spiders navigate, with a little light, a lot of instinct, and a whole lot of spider wisdom. Okay, so first things first, these spiders don't have a flashlight or a glow stick. They just have this special stuff in their bodies that glows when it's dark. It's like they're wearing glow-in-the-dark stickers, but cooler. But wait, how do they even get that glowy stuff? Is it like a battery inside them? No, it's more like they're made of glow-in-the-dark paint. They absorb light during the day and then light up at night. It's like a supercharged glow stick but with more spider legs. So the setup starts with them being out in the sun. They're like little solar-powered lanterns, soaking up light like it's a spa day. The more light they get, the brighter they shine at night. It's like a glowy yoga retreat. But here's the thing, they don't just glow all the time. They have to store that light energy like a tiny battery. So during the day, they're like a glow-in-the-dark battery charging up. At night, they're the light. So the setup is basically spider plus sunlight equals glowy spider. It's like nature's way of saying, I'm gonna be the light in the dark, thanks. So the spider has these glowing darts, but how does it actually use them? Well, think of it like a tiny flashlight with a broken bulb. It's not super bright, but it's enough to light up the dark. These glowing parts aren't just for show, they help the spider see the world around it. Imagine if your phone had a light that flickered every time you opened an app. That's basically what this spider's doing. It's like the spider's using its own light to create a sort of path, so it can keep moving without bumping into walls or falling off things. It's basically a spider with a built-in night light. But wait, this light isn't super strong, so it's not like the spider's using a spotlight. It's more like a tiny firefly with a broken battery. Just enough to get by. So the spider's not just glowing, it's using that glow to map out its surroundings. Like a tiny explorer with a tiny light, trying to find its way through the dark. Okay, so they're not just glowing like a neon sign, they're actually using their glow as a kind of compass. Imagine if your phone flashlight told you which way to turn. They glow in patterns that help them tell which way is up, kind of like how your phone knows when you flip it. It's a built-in GPS for spiders. But here's the twist, they don't just glow to see their way, they also glow to trick other spiders. Like a glow stick in a dark room but for spiders. So it's like a secret signal, a spider version of I'm not a threat, I'm just trying to find my way home. Kind of like a glow-up for spiders. So here's the real kicker. These spiders aren't just glowing, they're basically walking night lights. Their bodies light up like a tiny disco ball, but only when it's dark. But wait, why do they glow? It's not like they're trying to impress anyone. They're probably just trying to see where they're going, like a tiny human with a glow stick in a pitch-black cave. Scientists think it's all about bioluminescence, which is basically nature's version of a flashlight. These spiders make their own light using chemicals inside them, like a tiny chemistry set. So the glow helps them find their way around, especially in the dark. It's like having a personal spotlight that turns on when the lights go out. And the best part, it's not just for navigation. Some of these spiders use the glow to scare off predators or even attract mates. It's like having a tiny disco ball and a warning sign all at once. So next time you see a glowing spider, remember, nature's got its own way of making things shine, even in the darkest corners. So imagine you're a spider, and you're trying to find your way home in the dark. You're not using a flashlight, you're using glow sticks. You're like a human who forgot to charge their phone and just started blinking. But wait, glow sticks aren't exactly the best for navigation. They're more like a sign that says, hey, I'm here, but I'm also kind of lost. You can see where you are, but not where you're going. The web is like a map. You can see where the light is coming from, and you can see where the light is going. It's like a glowing highway that guides you home. But here's the kicker, they don't actually see the light. They feel it. It's like if you had a light on your head and you could feel the light coming from the floor below you. So in the end, glow-in-the-dark spiders are like humans with glow sticks, trying to find their way home by following the light. They're not perfect, but they're not lost either. So here's the thing, you think spiders are just sitting there glowing like a disco ball. No, they're actually using their glow like a flashlight. It's like if your phone had a flashlight and you used it to find your keys in the dark. But wait, how do they even know where to point that glow? It's not like they have a little map inside their head, they just glow and hope the light bounces off things. Turns out they're not just glowing for show. Their glow helps them see better in the dark, like having a nightlight in your room. It's like if you had a tiny lantern strapped to your back and you were a spider. And here's the kicker, their glow actually helps them avoid predators. It's like if you had a neon sign that says I'm not tasty on your back. That's not a bad thing. So yeah, glowing isn't just for looking cool, it's survival mode. They're basically using light as a superpower. Like I glow therefore I am. Okay, so first myth, glow-in-the-dark spiders use their glow to navigate. That's like saying a flashlight uses its light to find the switch. Yeah, that's not how it works. They don't use their glow to find their way. They use their glow to glow. Like a firefly using its light to find a mate, not to map out the room. So if you see a glowing spider in the dark, it's not like a glowing sign saying I'm here. It's more like a tiny lantern that accidentally turned on in the middle of a jungle. The real trick is that they don't need to see to navigate. They use other senses like touch and vibration to find their way. Glow is just a bonus, not a map. So next time you see a glowing spider, just know it's not a glowing GPS. It's just glowing, and maybe a little confused. So here's another myth I thought was totally real, but it's not. Like glow-in-the-dark spiders don't actually use their glow to navigate. It's like saying a glow stick uses its light to find the way home. No, they just glow, and that's it. But wait, maybe they use the light to see other spiders. Like a spider version of a flashlight. But no, they don't need to see other spiders to navigate. They're not doing a spider tag team, they're doing their own thing. So the real reason they glow is probably to scare off predators or attract mates. Like a spider version of a neon sign. Glow-in-the-dark spiders are basically the nightlife of the spider world. They are the ones who stay out late, and they're not afraid to show it. But here's the real kicker, they don't need the glow to navigate. They're not like glow-in-the-dark signs on the road, they have other ways to find their way around. Maybe they just follow the web or the moon or the smell of their own silk. Who knows? So next time you see a glow-in-the-dark spider, don't think it's got a map or a light show. It's just glowing, and that's cool. Because even the spider world has its own weird, beautiful glow-in-the-dark magic. So you're like, wait, spiders are glowing, I thought they were just creepy. But here's the kicker, glow-in-the-dark spiders are actually super cool. They're like the original bioluminescent beings before humans even had flashlights. And guess what? They're not just hanging out in the dark. These spiders are basically the streetlights of the spider world. They're glowing so we can see them, but also to maybe confuse their predators or attract mates. Who knew? But here's the real kicker. These spiders are everywhere. You might not know it, but you've probably seen one in your own home. They're like the tiny glowing aliens that live in your walls, under your floorboards, or in your bathroom shower. And if you've ever seen a spider glow in the dark, you're not seeing a supernatural phenomenon. You're seeing a natural one. These spiders have a special kind of pigment that reacts to light, like a tiny glow stick in their body. So next time you see a glowing spider, don't panic. Just think, hey, this is one of nature's little light shows. And honestly, it's kind of cool. So here's a real-world example that goes surprisingly hard. Imagine you're a glow-in-the-dark spider, trying to find your way home at night. You're not just glowing, you're also trying not to get eaten by a raccoon. You'd think glowing would help, but it turns out light pollution is a bigger problem. Like trying to see your glow through a fog machine at a rave. You're not invisible, but you're not exactly easy to spot. So you're basically navigating a maze of darkness and streetlights. It's like trying to find your way home in a city where all the buildings are made of glass, and your glow is drowned out by neon signs. But here's the kicker. Even if you glow, you still need to avoid predators. It's like having a flashlight in a cave, but the cave is full of grizzly bears. You're not just glowing, you're also a target. So yeah, navigating as a glow-in-the-dark spider is like being a tiny lantern in a dark world full of dangers. You're not just glowing, you're also doing a whole survival dance. So here's the thing, some spiders are basically the Spider-Man of the glow-in-the-dark world. They don't just glow, they glow hard. These spiders are like the ultimate glow-up. Like they got a glow-in-the-dark filter on Instagram and never turned it off. They're not just glowing, they are glowing with purpose . Like they're using their glow as a navigation system, not just for show. Some of these spiders are so glowy they could light up a whole cave. It's like nature's own LED strip lighting. And the best part, they do this without a single battery. Just spider guts and some fancy bioluminescent genes. Okay, so the glow-in-the-dark spider's whole thing is like a firefly on a budget. But what happens if the glow goes out? It's like your phone dying in the middle of a hike, total blackout. Now this spider can't see in the dark like a human. It's like trying to find your keys in a pitch-black room with no flashlight. It's not just dark, it's unseen . So what does it do? Well, it might just wander around like a drunk person at a party. It's not lost, it's confused , like trying to find the bathroom in a haunted house. But here's the thing, even if it can't see, it still uses its legs to feel the air. It's like a blindfolded person trying to walk with a cane, still got a plan, just not the same one. And if it gets really lost, it might just sit there and wait for the light to come back, like a kid waiting for their parents to return from a trip. It's not giving up, it's just taking a break. So yeah, glow-in-the-dark spiders are kind of like the creepy cousin of neon signs. They can see in the dark, but they also glow in the dark, which is basically like having a built-in flashlight that you can't turn off. But here's the catch, glow-in-the-dark spiders aren't actually glowing. They're absorbing light during the day and then glowing at night. So they're like the spider version of a solar-powered night light. So if you see a glow-in-the-dark spider in the dark, it's not like it's glowing for fun. It's just doing its job of being a spooky little light bulb in the middle of a forest. Kind of like a bug with a neon sign that says I'm here, I'm safe, I'm not a threat. But here's the real downside. Glow-in-the-dark spiders are kind of like the worst kind of glow stick. They don't have a switch and they don't know when to turn off. So if you're in the dark and you see a glowing spider, it's basically like a creepy warning light saying I'm here, I'm active, I'm not going anywhere. So in the end, glow-in-the-dark spiders are kind of like the internet, always on, always glowing, and always giving you a weird vibe. Just like your ex's Facebook page. So how did humans even figure out glow-in-the-dark spiders exist? Well, it turns out it's not like a sci-fi movie where they just glow like lanterns and walk around. Nope, it's more like, hey look, this spider's glowing, but it's still kinda dark out. Turns out, scientists had to use special cameras that can see in the dark. Like, imagine a camera that can see ghosts, but instead of ghosts, it sees glowing spiders. It's like a night vision camera, but way cooler. And then they had to figure out why the spider glows in the first place. Turns out it's not for show. It's like a bioluminescent flashlight for the spider. They use it to find their way around, kind of like how we use streetlights but in the dark. So it's not like they just discovered glowing spiders in a lab. They had to go on a real-life adventure, using cameras, light blocking, and a whole lot of patience. Like if you had a spider that glows, would you let it walk on your hand? Probably not. But scientists did. In the end, it's not just about glowing spiders, it's about how we learn to see the world in new ways. Like maybe you're not just a spider, maybe you're also glowing, but that's probably not what you want to hear, or is it?